Western population remains largely unfamiliar with Asia and the way of life on this continent. Consequently, our understanding of the Democratic Republic of Korea, or North Korea, remains remarkably limited. Distinct from any other location in the world, this East Asian country has consistently emphasized isolating its citizens, particularly since the armistice of the Korean War in 1953. Governed by megalomaniacs and paranoid leaders, North Korea operates within such seclusion that the inner workings of the nation remain shrouded in secrecy, with only the testimonies of spies and defectors providing glimpses into its reality. Our knowledge of North Korea is strictly governed by the information allowed by its leadership. Here, we present a compilation of the 5 weirdest things that only exist in North Korea. Number 5. The prohibition of international phone calls. When it comes to telecommunications in North Korea, making international phone calls is strictly prohibited. While North Korea does have a popular mobile phone service with over 3 million subscribers, it only allows local calls and prohibits international ones. If ordinary North Koreans are caught using mobile phones to contact loved ones who have fled abroad, they risk being sent to political prison camps or other detention facilities. Despite the risks involved, many people are taking advantage of North Korea's thriving informal private economy. Traders smuggle various goods, particularly from neighboring China, including mobile phones and SIM cards. These devices, often referred to as Chinese mobile phones, enable North Koreans near the border to access Chinese mobile networks and communicate with people outside the country. Number 4. Prohibition on blue jeans and Western clothing. Blue jeans are actually banned over there. Now, you might be wondering why the country would go to such lengths to ban blue jeans. Well, it all comes down to Kim Jong-un's perception of them as a symbol of U.S. influence. He sees blue jeans as a threat to the North Korean way of life and decided to make them illegal for citizens to wear. The official newspaper of the North Korean government, Rodong Sinmum, even published an article expressing concern about young North Koreans embracing Western fashion trends. They urged people to be cautious and fight against any signs of a capitalist lifestyle. But it's not just blue jeans that are off limits. Western clothing items like t-shirts, skirts, and suits are also banned. Instead, the government requires citizens to don traditional Korean clothing such as hanboks. Now, here's where it gets really strict. If someone is caught wearing blue jeans or any other Western clothing items outside, they have to wait on the side of the road until Youth Patrol completes an inspection of the area to identify additional violators. Once the patrol is done, offenders are transported to the Youth League's office, where they must confess their fashion offenses. They will only be allowed to return home if someone provides them with more suitable attire. So, next time you're decluttering your closet, remember that what may be considered normal fashion in your country could land you in trouble in another. Number 3. The fake village. In addition to the numerous propaganda activities in North Korea, there exists a fake village situated on the border between North and South Korea. After the Korean War in the 1950s, both sides agreed to create a buffer zone called the Demilitarized Zone, which is 4 kilometers wide and stretches for 250 kilometers. As part of this agreement, all villages within this narrow strip of land were to be dismantled. With the exception of 1 village allowed for each country, South Korea chose to preserve Daeseong-dong, also known as the Freedom Village, while North Korea decided to construct an entirely new village called Kijong-dong, commonly referred to as the Peace Village. The North Korean regime at the time claimed that Kijong-dong was home to various amenities, including schools, a kindergarten, a child care center, a hospital, and more than 200 residents. However, this perception couldn't be further from the truth. The so-called Peace Village is nothing more than a propaganda tool devised to entice South Koreans to defect to the supposedly prosperous North. In reality, the town is devoid of human inhabitants, with only a handful of caretakers occasionally seen cleaning the streets. Even the residential buildings scattered throughout the town are suspected to be mere facades, lacking floors and interior walls. Despite having no residents, the village is brightly lit at night as if it were a real place. Observers from South Korea have witnessed this empty village and confirmed that no one actually resides there. Interestingly, the project had unintended consequences that bordered on the comical. In the past, the village's loudspeakers played North Korean propaganda like patriotic songs and messages against other countries. Number 2, North Korea hairstyles. Surprisingly, the country maintains a strict list of state-approved hairstyles for both men and women. If anyone is spotted with a hairstyle that deviates from the approved options, they can expect to face punishment. For men, hairstyles such as spikes or using hair gel are prohibited. Similarly, women are not allowed to have layered cuts or bob hairstyles. Hair salons in North Korea prominently display illustrated guides showcasing the only haircuts deemed acceptable by the authorities under Kim Jong-un. North Korean women, for instance, have a selection of 15 approved hairstyles to choose from. Their hairstyle options are even influenced by their marital status. Married women are expected to keep their hair short, while unmarried women are permitted to have longer hair, often styled with curls at the bottom. On the other hand, North Korean men also have 15 approved haircut styles to select from. Men are strictly forbidden from growing their hair longer than 5 centimeters, although older men are granted a slightly longer allowance of up to 7 centimeters. Interestingly, Kim Jong-un excluded his own hairstyle from these restrictions to maintain its uniqueness. However, in 2015, reports emerged that Kim Jong-un had ordered men to emulate his distinctive hairstyle. Those who violated these guidelines faced having their hair forcibly cut by authorities, particularly within universities, which were reportedly cautioned to be vigilant against any hairstyles associated with capitalism. Women were spared the obligation of adopting Kim's highly stylized haircut, but were reportedly advised to imitate his wife Ri Solju by opting for a bob hairstyle. Number 1. Employment under state control. On paper, the employment rate in North Korea is reported as 100%. As the law states that every citizen has the right and duty to work according to the Constitution, individuals are supposed to choose occupations based on their preferences and skills, and they are promised stable jobs and working conditions. However, the reality is quite different. The job-seeking process in North Korea is not like in most other countries. In North Korea, individuals do not have the freedom to choose their jobs. Instead, jobs are assigned by the state. In this system, one's desired occupation has little influence on the actual job they are assigned. For example, high school graduates are required to fill out a document provided by the department, which is then evaluated by their schools. The schools send the document back to the department, which screens the graduates and assigns them work within enterprises in their respective regions. So if someone graduated from an agricultural high school, they will be sent to work on a farm. If they graduated from a technical high school, they will be assigned to a factory. Graduates from general high schools could be sent anywhere. College graduates, on the other hand, may have their major taken into consideration during the job assignment process. They often have an interview with a party official, but in many cases, they do not have the freedom to choose where they want to work. In essence, the party and administrative agencies in North Korea determine citizens' occupations based on their social, caste, and political inclinations, rather than their abilities or qualifications. We hope you enjoyed this video. We'll see you in the next one.